Freedom, family, and the ability to live in a country where you can do what you can do is based on how hard you want to work.
Welcome back to Values in Action. Mike, we want to get to the action steps. What can we do to fill the gaps in our community and make our community more caring? And what is the vision of that community? Go ahead.
I think there's a couple things. First, what I would tell everybody is take personal responsibility. Get in the game yourself. Don't talk about others, talk about yourself, your families, your children, your neighbors. I think that part of it is taking personal responsibility. A lot of people will watch this and they'll say, oh, that was interesting, or that was controversial, or that was, but nothing will change. So first thing is take the first step. It's like anything else, whether you're flying, whether you're doing a bicycle.
So what are the things they need to do?
Take personal responsibility, care about others. Get involved as a volunteer. Get involved with their families or their children. Make sure if they see something that needs attention, go give it attention.
But now, Mike, what happens is that a lot of people, what they do at work does not reflect any of the things that you're talking. But after work, they volunteer their time. They go to our charitable organization. They even give money. So there is no...
I guess I'm pretty much old school. I think that they should do at work what they should do at home, both.
So they should start at work. They should care
start
about
at home, and they should carry to work. Work is how they earn a living.
Right.
But I think, you know, even there, whether it's showing up late, whether it's putting your arm around somebody that has a need, whether it's joining a committee, whether it's doing the production work and going above and beyond, instead of how little do I have to do and how much can I get, it's out of sequence.
Yes.
How much can I do? Everything else will follow. Most people will not be taken for granted. So I think what they do at home, they should live at work as well.
Well, you know,
your organization has united way. We are all one. The moment we think and operate in that oneness, all these things ultimately begin to fall in place, don't they?
That's right, and that's why we keep saying the message. That's why there is a Project Love. I wish we could go out of business, frankly, that there was no need, that there was no need for Project Love, that there was no need for this television show, although I enjoy being here. The fact is, we're all in one boat.
Yes, we're all one.
And if that boat goes down, we're all getting wet, not just one person.
Yeah, but I think there is one more step to that. Right now, we are thinking we are all in one boat. We are all still separate entity. But in reality, we are all actually one.
We're interdependent.
But if what happens to me automatically affects you.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And it's really interesting. You can live 10 miles from problems and think the world's right until the problems come to your neighborhood. People don't get the value of Live United, you know, the United Way or Project Love until they're affected. There are good people and people that give a lot of money and a lot of time, by the way. It's not just money. It's time, talent, and treasure are the things that people can give. And I think it's in both places. It's work, it's home, it's community.
It's all one.
So ultimately,
I enjoy it better if I do it that way.
Mike, ultimately, I think what you're saying is that if we have the kind of culture in our business, in our family, in our education world that emphasizes kindness, caring, respect, reaching out to others, taking personal responsibility, showing up when you say you're going to show up, we are going to have that more caring community. So it sounds as though we need to invest our money and our resources in creating that culture.
And I think, again, these broad terms, I think if people take the responsibility to do their part to help create, how, like do unto others as you have them do unto
yourself. Yeah, I mean, it gets down to the individuals.
It's very basic. But back in the day, there was a scarlet letter. What was that all about? There were bad things back then. I hope there's not always going to be bad things, but if people personally engage, this is hand-to-hand combat. That's what life is. And you're getting touched a million different times in a million different ways every day. And you always have a choice. Every second you have a choice, a high road or a low road. And I can tell you the high road's harder. That's why a lot of people take the low road.
Mike, thanks for being our guest. You know, last year, Ratanjit and I had a unique experience We interviewed people on the streets of Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, you know, the Groundhog Day city.
Right.
And it really is like Groundhog Day, where they do take care of one another. So my hope is that neighborhood by neighborhood, family by family, we can create that here in Greater Cleveland. I know that's what you stand for also.
Absolutely. I think there's a lot of it, but we have so much further to go. And if people take personal responsibility, I think we have a chance of getting there.
Yes. Mike, thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a moment.
I would say it is probably aspirational, in the sense that we believe and we hope that things can improve in our country and our lives and in the world.
Welcome back to Values in Action. We're here with our community representative, Barbara Marlowe from the law firm of Dworkin and Bernstein, to help us digest what went on. Barbara, what did you think about the dialogue and where does it lead us in our community?
It's interesting. It makes me think about the beauty pageants where the contestant comes out and says, I would like to have world peace. I think it's a little hard to achieve a lot of these things. A lot of people today don't have either the financial resources or the time to volunteer or be active. But to the points that you brought up, kindness to others and being a little bit more aware of your surroundings and the problems of others is certainly a good step. I also think that businesses need to be more accountable for their actions and for the things that they say that they're going to do. And I think it would be interesting as a show to follow up and see, are these businesses actually doing and implementing the philosophies and values that they preach to have, that they say that they have?
But Barbara, this thought process has been going on for so long. Look at our campaign. They are tearing each other apart. Look at our newspaper. They are giving us all bad story. So we are looking at society. It is her fault. It is his fault. It's the corporation fault. It is this fault. And we haven't gotten anywhere simply because a fundamental truth is missing. And that fundamental truth is that we are not in silos. We are not separate entities. We are actually all one.
We all impact one another. You know, when you are constantly reacting, whether somebody is unemployed or whether somebody is just into themselves, doing very well, but just into themselves, it affects the whole society. And ultimately, there's a loss of loyalty. Why should I be loyal to you? Because I expect that you're not going to be loyal to me. But I think that one of the things that we got to with Mike Benz is getting to a common definition of what is the united way. What is the way and the philosophy where we're all on the same page? And then if we encourage our businesses, our families, our school superintendents, our teachers, to implement that united philosophy throughout our community, we're going to have a better community.
Yeah, but we have to go one more step. See, United Way is still a lot of people. What I'm talking is one. If my hand is integral part of me, then I would take care of it. So until we work through fundamentally taking care of each other, we are never going to be able to take care of ourselves.
Ratanjit, to be continued. Barbara, thanks for your comments. And join us and let's continue the dialogue on Twitter and Facebook at Values Action.
Thank you for watching. Please join us next week on Values in Action.